Good morning and welcome to another day in my life. It is Tuesday, May 30th, and it is almost 9 o'clock. And I've already done a couple of things this morning. I feel like I say this in every day in life, but in case it's your first one joining, I am currently pregnant. I am 23 and a half on the day that I'm filming this video. And so I kind of take my mornings as they come. I used to be, if you've been around, I am a huge morning person and I have a lot more energy in the morning, and I used to get up super early and get a lot of things done in the morning, and I still do try to do a lot of things in the morning, but I play the morning by ear. I always eat something as soon as I wake up, before I do anything else. I go to the bathroom, I eat something. It's really helped, at least I think it's helped with my nausea, and then I usually will rest for a little bit longer instead of forcing myself to get up and get going. Because I've noticed if I force myself to get up and get going as soon as I wake up like I used to, I burn my energy a lot faster throughout the day. I have less energy overall throughout the day, and so I don't need to spend it all first thing in the morning. So I usually tend to rest a little bit in the morning, usually watch an episode of something, whatever I've been watching, which right now has been The Blacklist. I've been rewatching that. I watched the first, I really feel like I'm getting to the point where I had stopped watching it, because I watched the first couple of seasons in real time when the episodes came out, and then there was a point, and this was years ago, but I'm pretty sure I talked about it in a video or goals video, given that I this past week celebrated 5 years on YouTube, which is just so long. Anyways, there was a point where I was watching just way too many TV shows, and so I cut the ones that weren't doing it for me, that were in real time, and The Blacklist was one of those. But now I'm just going back and binging it. The show is ending this season. This is the final season, so I felt like this was a good time to go back and rewatch it. So that is what I have been doing, and then I'm going to continue on with the rest of my morning routine. I think I'm not going to show every detail of my morning routine in this vlog, although I don't really have any set plans for this vlog, but I think I will eventually at some point, maybe in the next month or so, do a full updated morning routine video. It's not that different from the ones I've done in the past, which I'll link down below if you want to check them out. But it has changed. I mean, we're in a totally new apartment, and lots about my life has changed. But that does remind me, I am starting to think about a lot of content that I am going to be creating in advance to prepare to be out on maternity leave. We're gonna put that in quotes. I do work for myself, so there is no such thing as a paid parental leave. It is unfortunate we do not live in New York anymore, because they do have paid parental leave there. And my husband also works for himself, so there's gonna be a lot of navigating, figuring out how we're going to tackle the first part of our child life. But I do know that part of that plan will be creating a good bit of content here for YouTube to have both, maybe in case she comes early. I'm thinking, well, I always have the whole month batched in advance, and so I will have I'm due late September, so I'll have September all ready to go anyways. So then it'll be having everything ready to go for October at least, and then probably at least November, because the time that I would be creating content for November, even though November feels far away, I would do that in October. So that's probably it. I probably at least will have September, October, November ready to go. So where am I going with this? If you have any requests, content requests, whether it is a vlog type video, something you want to see more of, or it's a front facing, a question, a topic that you want me to talk on, whether it's just a bunch of plan with me's done in advance, what are your favorite types of videos to watch? What do you want to see more of, as I start to plan that out. Okay, now that I've spent 5 minutes rambling about another topic, let's keep moving. All right, next up is planning out my day. I mean, I've done some other steps of my morning routine, but planning my day is up next. So like I said, it is Tuesday the 30th of May. I am almost done with this planning pad, which is fine because I asked the store to ship me a little bit more. This is, if you haven't heard me talk about it, this is something that I created. And last week's video was an entire plan with me where I showed you my week, and then I showed you every day over the course of that week. I love this thing. I basically just created exactly what I wanted, and it works perfectly for me. And you can grab it both a physical version, like what I use. You could also grab a printable version, which is not this size. It's a full 8.5 by 11 sized printable, and you can get it with and without the times. Okay, so I label these sections as work, personal, and tomorrow. And in terms of just like actual small little things that I want to or need to get to today, I've explained this before. I definitely said it in that latest Plan With Me video, but I'm gonna share it here. There's kitty hair all over my desk. The things that go over in this section are either things that are only gonna take like 5 minutes, it's gonna be a really quick thing, or it's things that if I don't get to it, that's okay. And the other thing I've been trying to use, especially the personal things, are as breaks. When I follow the Pomodoro cycles, which is how I like to work throughout the day, it's a 25-minute break or 25-minute work and then a 5-minute break. You do 4 of those and then you get a longer break. And then I'm trying to, sometimes during that 5-minute break, I literally am just going to the bathroom and filling up my water. But if I have a little bit of extra time, is there something in here I can do? And then especially during those 25-minute breaks, which I have been known to skip and not actually take, but actually doing something. And so today, like there's 2 personal like errand type things that I would like to do during those breaks. One is an Amazon return. I ordered a bunch of maternity dresses. I'm gonna be honest. I wanted to shop somewhere that wasn't Amazon. I wanted to go in person. This is not related, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. I wanted to go in person. My mom and I looked at so many stores. We went to the outlets. We could not find in-person maternity clothes, especially like maternity dresses. Anything we did find, it was just like short, like bottoms, like shorts, jeans, t-shirt, and like t-shirts. And I wanted some dresses for our trip to New York. We couldn't find anything. And so I finally just ordered a ton of stuff off of Amazon. I have had in the past, I know I've talked about it before, pretty good luck with Amazon clothing. You just have to read all the reviews and be open to returning if it doesn't work. And I just over-ordered. I knew I didn't want to keep all of them and I returned the ones that I didn't like as much. So I need to return the ones that I have decided not to keep. And then, what's the other? Oh, I need to go to the store, like the grocery store. We are doing okay on most things, but we are out of, as of this morning, milk and half, which I should have anticipated because we had company, but I wasn't actually quite sure how they were gonna take their coffee, if they were gonna have coffee here. Like, I didn't know. So, but we did end up going through both of those things and I use them every single day. So I need to go grab those from the store. So those I kind of want to use as like breaks. And then other little to-do list things. This is, I guess, more of a personal thing. I need to get my June calendars all set up. Tomorrow's a busy day, so I'm gonna do that today. And then there is a community member who asked for specific texts, individual texts that I need to get all set up and scheduled. All right, I think that's it in terms of to-dos. Now, for the actual schedule. So here is the weekly schedule that I am working off of today. We'll put in the timed things first. The first one is a one-on-one call at noon that got scheduled after I did this weekly plan. And then the second thing is trivia, which I knew when I planned out my week. It's like, I knew we were gonna do this tonight. There's a bar, it's not really that super close to me. It's close to actually my mom's old apartment. But they do trivia every week. But on the last Tuesday of the month, they have like a themed trivia night. And March was Friends, which we went to, and it was so fun. We didn't go to April's. I don't remember what the theme was. And tonight's is Disney. And so obviously I wanted to go. I don't know who from my family is also gonna come with me. I sent like a group text and was like, I want to go to this if anybody would like to join me. I knew my mom would say yes, but who knows if anybody else. I think my sister also is for sure in. Now, in terms of everything else on this list, I didn't get to a lot of the things yesterday. I know yesterday was a holiday for a lot of people, but because we had company over the weekend and then celebrated my mom's birthday on Sunday, I wanted Monday to be like, I didn't do as much work on Friday that I wanted to, and so I wanted to get things done yesterday, and I didn't get as many things done. So I have to move some of these over, and then in addition to decide what is happening from here. So let's see here. Well, first off, let me put my AM routine. So according to my app right now, my AM routine will end at about 11. Could be more, could be less, depending on how I keep going. I think at this point I've added enough in there. It's a total of 2 hours and 15 minutes if I do every single step, and every single step takes me exactly how long I say it's gonna take. That's not always the case, so it's usually about 2 hours total. I know I'll probably do something after my AM routine before I jump into this call, but I'm gonna put all the stuff after that call, just so that I'm not trying to decide what actually has to go there. So from yesterday, the 2 things that absolutely need to get done. You know what? I don't usually, let me try something new. I don't usually check off on this weekly thing. but I think it would be helpful so that I know what did or didn't get done. Because I don't keep these little daily pads. Like I just like rip it off and throw it away. So that might be helpful. Okay, so the community list, and then, oh my gosh, the live recap from last week that I still haven't done. It's almost a week later at this point. It is what it is. I'm not gonna worry about Instagram Reels today because I'm not really gonna get all that ready. So I'm gonna move those to Wednesday. And then in terms from today's actual list that I would like to get to today, prepping the call. I just like drew marker all over my hand. Prepping, it's for tomorrow's community call. I like to have their handout for the call up at least 24 hours in advance. So I definitely want to get that done today. Call prep. And then communication has to happen. I mean, it doesn't have to happen, but it kind of does. Okay, so those are kind of like the must get tos. And then if I had to prioritize the other things, the planner can wait. That's like working on the Q3 version of the planner. I still have on the entire month of June. So I'm not super concerned about that. Instagram posts, that also can wait. That's not the end of the world if that doesn't get done. So let's do the community content, which could also happen tomorrow. The community content that I'm talking about is like getting all of the Facebook posts. I guess that does actually need to happen today. It's all of the Facebook posts, the texts, the email, like everything for the community. It's all, I've already written it. It's all planned out for June, but I need to actually schedule it to go live. So what I have it scheduled through the end of the month, which is tomorrow. But again, tomorrow is a busy day. And so if I don't, I do want to get to that today. And maybe even if I only get to half of it today and I finish the other half tomorrow, that works too. Okay, I think that's like the plan. I'll write the plan, write PM routine, although who knows how I'll feel when I get home from trivia, if I end up doing that or not, TBD, but there's a plan for today. All right, it's just about noon. I did not end up getting any work done before this one-on-one call. Like I talked about, like that kind of 11 to 12, because I ended up having to lie down for a little bit. I got this massive headache that just like showed up out of nowhere. I always try first like water, food, caffeine, but I just had coffee, so I knew it wasn't that. But I always try like something else before I take some sort of medicine, especially now. But I kind of have always done that when I get a headache, and see if that will help first. And then if it doesn't seem to help, then I will take medicine. So I ended up taking medicine, waiting for that to kick in. And then I got up and finished the rest of my morning routine, got ready for the day. And now it's basically noon, so I didn't get any work done before that call, but that's okay. It just means I may not get to everything that was on my list, but it is what it is. I'm excited to hop on this call. It's the first call, like a new one-on-one client, which is always fun, because the first week, every week has a different topic or theme. If you have never heard me talk about my one-on-one coaching, I have it all on my website, all the information. It's 8 sessions. I'm playing around with the idea of doing a shorter, like 4-session option, but that is still an idea phase. But the first session is all about getting clear on what their goal is. Obviously, I have an idea of what the goal that she wants to focus on during the coaching sessions is. We always have that conversation before they sign up. But this call, usually something comes out of it that they weren't expecting, and it's always just really exciting. So I'm gonna go fill up my water and hop on this call. All right, just got done with the call. As it typically happens, I also just never crossed off AM routine. With the first call, it ends up going way more than a half hour. So we just finished, it took 2 hours. So I'm gonna show you what I do here. So I cross off that I had it. I wrote something in here and now I'm like kind of regretting it. So then what I'll do is I use 2 time blocks. Did I say 2 hours? Or did I say an hour? I meant an hour if I said 2. 2 time blocks is what it took, because I measure my day in 30-minute time block chunks. Wow, I am struggling to talk. Then I will use, which I just pulled it out of the binder. Normally I keep it in the binder. This is my HB90 tracker, which I also showed in that plan with me, not this week, but another week. And I never went in. So yesterday I did 6 total. Whoa, okay, there's something happening behind our apartment. So over the course of the day, I will come in and check it off. So I'm gonna come and do that I spent 2. And then normally when I'm done with something, I'll total it up and check it off over here. I do still have one more call. Like I said, today's call actually got scheduled after I planned out my week. So I'd only planned for 2 time blocks for calls. I'm already at 3 and it'll be at least 4, which is fine. And so over the course of the day, right, I will check it off here. I will track how many time blocks total. Once I have my total number here, that will end up here in Tuesday. And then the actual by project happens down here in this section. I know it's a lot. I do have a whole video called How I Plan My Life that I feel like explains the whole process a little bit more. And you might be looking at this and be like, that is way too much. That is way too overwhelming, which I had somebody tell me that on a call yesterday. She was like, the way you plan your life is awesome, but it's very rigid and that wouldn't work well for me. And I totally feel that. So that is where we're at so far. I jotted down, I'm expecting 2 things in the mail today that I want to vlog about. That's why I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget. But now, I was just about to say I'm gonna go make myself a cup of coffee to work on this, but we're out of any sort of milk or half and half. So it might have to be a cup of tea. And then I'm gonna power through. I'm gonna turn on the app that I use for Pomodoro cycles, which is just called, I use an app called Focus Keeper. And then I will just press start when I'm ready to go. Okay, taking one of my breaks to get these June calendars set up and tell you a little bit about them. So I talked about this more in my goals videos. If you watched the goal video, the May-June goals video, that I'm also a huge numbers nerd. I was a math major, and tracking certain stats really not only holds me accountable to my goals, but also really helps me see what's working and what's not working and what I need to change and all of that. Even though all of these numbers are coming from like technology devices that I can always go back and reference, the act of writing them down on these calendars really makes a difference for me. So this first one is going to be for Instagram. I'm gonna call it social media time. And what I'm gonna do is put 2, I'm just gonna use the gray of the dot marker, and I'm gonna put 2 for each of the days. I think I'm gonna put them down. Last month I didn't put dots, I just like wrote it in there, but I want dots because I wanna be able to check it off if I hit it or not. Yes, I'm also getting a check mark on my goal planner. I like multiple check marks, okay? I think all I'm gonna do is literally go through and do 2 dots per day for the entire month. Not the most even dot job I've ever done, but this is just for me. It's not anything I post or share with anybody, so it is what it is. I also always tend to do things faster when I'm doing it on camera, even though I knew I wasn't gonna use all the footage or have my editor speed it up or whatever, but like it wasn't my best work, but it is what it is. Okay, then, this looks like a little snag through the printer there. I also, by the way, for paper, I can leave it linked down below. I use like a thicker, almost cardstocky type paper for things like this. Partially because I know I want it to last the whole month, and I just prefer writing on nice paper as opposed to like thin printer paper. So we have regular printer paper for when my husband needs to print stuff out for work, and then I pretty much always, unless I'm printing like a return label or something, use this nice thick paper. Anyways, so the other one is going to be for my Apple Watch rings. And so I will do a dot for each of the different things that I track within where my watch tracks. And so these are the 3 colors that match the things on your Apple Watch. And then I will do a gray one at the bottom for steps. Actually, I think it's just this gray one is kind of funky, and it's either like it's too juicy and then not a good circle, or it's like too small. I think I might need a new gray dot marker because all the other ones were easier to make them like nice and uniform. The gray one is the one that I struggled with the most, but that's all right. Like I said, these are just for me. It's an easy way for me to track throughout the month and see the progress that I'm making and feel good about. Even when I don't hit the numbers, I can see, like even when I don't hit the goals, you know, that I get the check mark, I can see the numbers and the progress that I'm making throughout the month. Okay, one of my online orders arrived. I mean, one of these I already had and one of them just arrived. And so I wanna show them to you and talk about it a little bit. I guess let's start with looking at my face before I show you and talk about the actual cookie cutters. So also turning the camera this way, I just realized I haven't put in earrings yet. Anyways, I have been sucked in on Instagram watching the cookie decorating, mostly reels, like videos of people decorating, like the fancy cookie decorating. And I got really into it and was watching it a lot. And then a guy I went to high school with, his wife owns like a cookie decorating business here in the suburbs. And she did a class, and my mom and I went out to the suburbs and took her class, and it was so fun. Like I just really loved it. I've always loved baking. I don't know if that's also, again, the math nerd in me, that I just I love baking. I don't like cooking, but I like baking. Also a sweet tooth, like it's mostly sweets. So I love baking and decorating. It's like, there's like that creative outlet. And so I loved that class, and I was like, I want to get into it more for fun. 100 gazillion% for fun. This is in no way ever going to be a thing I could fathom. Like I actually want that. Like I want it to be something creative that I can do like sporadically and not something I feel like I have to do all the time. Like I do like memory keeping, and I talked about that in my last day in the life vlog, but sometimes I feel like the memory keeping is like, I feel like I have to do it for all of it. Like I can't just like do it sporadically. But anyways, I really wanted to get into it. So the next upcoming event, which will have already happened by the time this vlog goes up, is actually a surprise engagement party for my brother and his fiance. I'm so excited. She is the absolute best, and she fits right in with our family, and I'm just so freaking happy for them. They went on this beautiful trip to Italy and got engaged while they were there, and they're home now, but we're having like, we're calling it an early Father's Day event, and that's what they think it is. And then actually it's an engagement party for them. It's just like our family, her family, and then some like very close friends of theirs. But I wanna make cookies for them. I wanna like dip my toe into making them myself. And so of course I bought 2 sets of cutters. I'm not doing all of them. That's what I'm gonna tell you about in 1 second. So I bought 1 set because I bought a class. I'll leave the Instagram I found linked down below, also had a class, like a YouTube, like, I mean, I paid for it, and then it's a YouTube video of the class and a workbook that also comes with the recipes for the cookies and the frosting, the icing. And so I got the cookie cutters that go with that class, but then I really wanted a ring cookie cutter. The class was really for a bridal shower, which a ring would totally have worked. But the designs, like none of them were a ring, and I really wanted there to be a ring. So let me show you. So this is the set that came with the class, or not with it, you had to actually buy it separately, but the class is how to decorate these particular designs. So there's a cake, a heart, a dress. This is like love, the word, a bouquet of flowers, and then a banner, which shows you how to do both the word bride and then also like their date, which obviously, I mean, I could do this and do like their engagement date, but I don't think that's where we're going with that. I think for sure from this set, I'm gonna do the heart, because I do wanna try and keep it a little bit simple. Like as much as I would love to go all in, like this is my first time doing this on my own, not through a class, so I really need to not go over the top. And then I bought this set mostly because I wanted 2 things from this set, and then it was like, I might as well buy the set instead of buying them individually. These are from, I'll leave everything linked down below, but I really wanted this. I wanted to do the ring. So that one I'm for sure doing. And then I wanted to do the champagne bottle, because that just feels like for an engagement, like we're celebrating. So I definitely wanna do these 2, and definitely the heart. And I'm trying to decide if I wanna do a 4th design. There's gonna be like 20-ish people. So I was thinking I either do 8 of each and do 3 for 24 total cookies, or I would do 6 of each and do 4. And so I was thinking, do I pick one from the actual class where she's kind of teaching me how to do it? The dress is very simple. If I wanted to keep things simple again, I could do the dress, which is cute. I would love to do the love, the word love, and the way she has the design is that the O is like a little ring. But this one definitely seems advanced, and I don't know if we're quite there yet. I feel like I need to get some things under my belt. The cake is cute. I mean, they each have a cake. I don't know. Or I could do like the wine glass. I don't feel like I need the glass and the champagne. Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards like the dress. Doing these 4 and doing 6 of each design. And if I can handle it on the heart, maybe doing like their initials, A and L on the heart. But I am so excited. Obviously, this is all that's part of this vlog related to the cookies. When I actually do them, I'll probably share more on Instagram, and as I keep trying it out. Well, the good news is our Ottoman arrived. The bad news is I don't have time to deal with this today. I don't know why I thought I was gonna be able to like show it to you today, because I'm not dealing with this box. I looked at it. Sam also obviously carried it in. It's pretty heavy. I did not carry it in. And I was like, I could either unbox this and deal with this and get this set up, or I could go get milk and half during my break. Those are my choices. And he was like, go get milk. You want it. You need it for your cereal. So it is navy blue, in case you're curious. And it looks like this. And it has like storage. The top comes off that we'll put blankets in and stuff. So I'm excited to finally have it. And then we also need to get a rug to go in this room. What do you think, kitty? Oh, that's a good kitty. Want to show our cute face? Hi. Hi. Yes. Oh my God, she's so cute. All right, I got the goods. I'm heading home. The lighting's a little bit off here, but I don't have the arm strength to mess with it. I've got the camera in one hand, the milk, then the half and half in the other. I probably will make a small cup of coffee when I get home to get me through trivia tonight and not getting bed at like 8 o'clock, which is what I have been doing. So I'm glad that I prioritized this errand over getting the Ottoman set up, because the Ottoman will still be there. And maybe Sam will set it up tonight when he needs a break. He is, I think I said this in the last vlog, he is currently studying for a certification for work. So that is pretty much all he is doing right now. He's working and then studying and then working and then studying, which is a bummer, but he's powering through. He's got like 6 weeks left from right now, so he's almost there. 6 weeks from today, actually. I shouldn't tell him that. I should not remind him, but he's almost done. I had to stop for a second because when I have my headphones in, my phone is like off, like it's in my pocket. Siri reads me my text messages. I just got a great text from a friend who asked a question that I definitely asked that question to my friends. I was complaining about something and it was just that really made me smile. Anyways, the other thing, so I'm making progress on my to-do list. Not everything, obviously not everything is done. But I was just talking to my mom and she is out and about running errands. I think she's gonna come pick me up while she's out to save me some either an Uber or bus ride or whatever later on. And I'm gonna go finish up my last bit of work at her house before we go to trivia. Okay, here is kind of where we're at in terms of the list. I got these things done. I'm not gonna get the Amazon return today. It's the opposite direction from our apartment of the store, so it just didn't happen. I prioritized that. If I wasn't going to trivia or my mom wasn't picking me up early, I might be able to squeeze that in before, but I'm not gonna worry about it today. And then these are all the things that I have gotten done. And then this is what I'm gonna work on. I'll have about an hour and a half at my mom's to work before we have to leave. I probably won't get through all of this. We'll see how it goes. And then we will go to trivia, but this is where my like planning pad is ending up for the day. So I am going to go, so now I'm gonna go ahead and like finish getting ready and like pack up my stuff. I did put earrings in, but I'm gonna change my sweatpants. I have on like, I'm gonna change from like these really loose, comfy at-home sweatpants. I said this once in a video and everyone thought it was so funny. My at-home, not structured sweatpants, but I'm gonna then put on leggings to go to trivia. We think kitty. And pack up my stuff and all that, and then I will head out. I was debating taking my camera with me to my mom's and like showing you the final clip of my planner pad, and then also maybe bringing the camera with me to trivia, but I think I'm just gonna enjoy my evening instead. Look at her, she's so cute. I just feel like I want to not be worrying about capturing footage, and that has taken me a long time. Speaking of 5 years on YouTube, I used to really struggle with the balance of like, and I still do, don't get me wrong, I definitely still struggle with the balance of how much to share and what to share, and the guilt related to not sharing. Yeah, I mean, it's still there, but I definitely think that's something I have gotten a lot better at over the last 5 years of sharing my life here on the internet. But hopefully you still enjoyed coming along with me and seeing what I got done today, and a couple other little random miscellaneous things, my cookies, the Ottoman kind of. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and close out this video here. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every week focused on helping you achieve your goals. Thank you so much for watching. Lost my train of thought. So I'll have some number. Oh, I'm trying to like lean over cute, knocking things over. So we'll be having little blah. So that sounded weird. Let me try that again. I was thinking I was